Hey guys, welcome to Comfy Cozy Up. So this week is reading vlog, but before I tell you what I'm reading, the book of Shortlist is out, and I've been avoiding all social media because I almost got spoiled early this morning, and I said no, I need to wait because I want to have a reaction video. And you guys know I read 5 on the long list, which is Corn Sun, The Sweetness of Water, Second Place, China Room, and The Promise. I did not read A Passage to the North yet, but this was the next book I was going to pick up, but I decided to wait. Let me see what the list. So let's see. Oh my god. Only freaking one book is on the list. Y'all. The only book that I read that is on the list, which I knew had to be on the list. I knew this book, there's no way this book wasn't going to make the list. And this is The Promise. Oh, this sucks. Sucks! So I have 5 books. I can't believe it. I mean, I really was hoping China Room or at least these two. I thought one of these would have made it. I really was so sure of that. I was so sure that one of these was going to make it. So yeah, so I guess I will be reading this next. But I'm very, very happy this is on there. But look at the Great Circle. This is a chunker. I am so happy this is not on there. Super happy this is not on there, because this was a hell no for me. But my god, one of these. Oh, I'm highly disappointed. Yeah. So I'm gonna keep reading. So yeah. So this will be my next read. Alright, so the book I wanted to read, I've been like, oh my god, this is The Heart by Principle. And this is by Helen Wong. Now, I did read the other two, the Kiss Quotient. I can't remember what the other second one was. I have it somewhere in the bookshelf. And I knew I was going to read this because, you know, so it came out, I believe, this week or last week. It recently came out. This book is so good. What I love about the series, because this is a series, there are standalone books, you don't have to read them all, but it's dealing with characters who have different spectrum of autism. And in this one, we have a violinist, and she is struggling with that, but she wasn't aware for her entire life that's what she had. But she went to therapy because she was unable to play anymore. And she's considered a prodigy, and she's, you know, amazing musician. And during that period is when she's finding out that she has this. And in that situation, it also comes where she was in a relationship with a man who took advantage of that, in terms of he doesn't know this, but she's like this a woman who basically can't say no. She doesn't know how to say no. She says yes to please other people. She does everything to please other people without thinking about herself, and it affects her in so many ways, and she has to find ways to to deal with that without it destroying her. And you get to see the journey she's going through of that self-awareness, of realizing what her issue was all her life that she was not aware of. And that's something I like about this, is when she talks about characters like this, because there are so many real characters who have a social issue and anxiety and these kind of things, and you wonder how do they commit when you're talking about love and relationship. It definitely takes a lot of emotional pull from you, and if you're struggling with other things and then to add that in the mix can be very difficult. The romance is this is there, it's sweet, it's passionate. It talks about sex in a way that is about comfort, and a lot of time people don't talk about that because it seems so easy for people to be intimate, but there's a lot of people who struggle with comfort, with trust, and when those are not connected, they don't know how to be intimate. Real intimacy, they might have sex, but it's not really intimacy because it's just they're not in the moment, they're not there, that kind of deal. I love this. Now, she is a likable character, and Juan is just a likable character. He is mentioned in one of the other books because he's related to a character from one of the other books, and how he's also dealing with his own issue because he is a cancer survivor and he's dealing with his own insecurities. So there goes two insecure people, but for different reason, and how they're coming together. I would say for right now, I can't stand the family. I can't stand Anna's family. I just can't stand them. I be wanting to jump in the book and choke one of them, especially her sister. But it is what it is. So I'm going to continue. I'm almost done. And then I'll be picking up this because I want to know why this was on the list. Yeah. Don't know if I'm going to finish this in this vlog, but the goal is to finish this the next 3 days. Yeah. Alright, guys. I cannot. Oh my goodness. I guess no one is talking about this. I did feel like I was gonna read that one, but The Great Circle, I just was not expecting to be reading this chunker. Bewilderment. I don't even know what that one's about. But yeah, that's it, guys. On to the next. Yeah, I'm also hungry, so let me do a quick turkey burger, and that's it. Yeah, guys. Yeah. I cannot. I cannot believe only freaking one book made the list. Yeah. Hey guys, so I'm here to just talk about the books I read. the whole vlogging this week didn't work out as planned. I had so much fun stuff planned with my mom. My mom's birthday was this week, and between the rain and some things happened, it didn't happen. So I just read and didn't really add much. But you know, sometimes plans don't work out the way you want it to. But I'm hoping to do some more fun stuff for fall, guys. So these vlogs will be a little bit more interesting. But let's talk about the 3 books. Yeah, I end up with 3 books. So we're gonna go with this one that I absolutely love. Yeah, the Heart Principle. This is Helen Wang's 3rd book, and it ended perfectly. I just love romance with characters who are not considered the norm in a lot of the books, and this one is has artistic issues that she's working through, and she's learning about herself. That but it's that identity and that aha moment when you realize that your struggles aren't just because you're this, that, or whatever someone tells you. That you realize that you have legit reason for your behavior, and how you are struggling to just be as normal as possible, in a way that still give you your uniqueness. And I love this. I love the romance. I love when the smut did happen, because there's not a lot of smut in there. There's a lot of attempt, but not a lot of smut. And which when it does happen, you're rooting for them, because you just know that this was going to be an amazing moment between them. And that's how I felt about this. I really enjoy this. I'm surprised she's able to hold up each book and represent the character, because in the series they all have different form of autism. And I love that she's able to uphold it in a way that is beautiful, and also you're learning certain things as you read about this disorder per se. So I enjoy this. The cover, yeah, for those people who are smoke detector people, that's not a smoke detector, so don't come for me in this comment. It is something that needs to get service. That's not something that we can service. We have to call these people to get service. So please don't come for me, because it's not a smoke detector. All right. So there you go. This one. Then the Man Booker one. Now the Passage of North. This one is about a man who is learned that the caretaker for his grandmother passed away, and it's tragic how she passed away. But as he is getting ready for that, there's several things that's happening, and he's on this journey where he is telling the reader, you're learning what happened to the woman in terms of war, and what war can cause. And in this case, this is a caregiver that was grieving, and there were so many signs of that she was not okay. Just like any mother, if you've lost your child and you are expected to be normal and to live normal, and there's things that was happening that he's now seen. That's that reality of what grief and tragedy and love and loss, and his own love and loss, his family. And it's such a different layer of how the story is told, that I did struggle in the beginning, because I felt like, where's the story? I was waiting for the story, and it didn't come the way I wanted it to come. So I was kind of like, where are we getting with this? It just felt like these random moments, these random thoughts that was coming to his mind, and how he's navigating through those thoughts, and what he's getting from that. That's what I was like struggling with. It's kind of like I would say, like a documentary. Like if this was a documentary, I would soak it up. But reading it just didn't give it to me in the beginning. But as time goes on in the story, you get to really process how grief and loss and love and living, and how you live in a way that somewhat you're there. It's I think it's someone said something about living or existing, some, you know, that kind of just I get from the story. But it is an interesting tale. It is very much a sad book. I thought this book was very mourn. It just was sad. It wasn't a very somewhat depressing book at times when you think of the things that were discussed in this. And but I would say, you know, I see it as a booker. I see why it is on the booker list. It's not my favorite still. I mean, The Promise to me is much more my kind of a book. But I do get why this was on there. So we'll see. Then another booker, but this one was short, so I said, you know, let me pick it up. It's short. You know, this is No One Is Talking About This, Patricia Lockwood. Lord Jesus. She was trying. She's doing too much. This is another case of random thoughts in a character. We're talking social media. We're talking politics, religion, you know, the pro-life, pro-choice kind of deal. And in this, loss, grief, processing all of that. And it just comes in the form of a child. And so this one I felt the component of being creative, telling a story in a creative way, it does have sad moments, but I feel like there are things in this that the author was trying too much, that it was supposed to be sarcastic joke, and I just was like, it was just there's some parts where I laughed because that's so corny. I felt it was. I was laughing. But then, you know, it's just that whole, I feel like she was just saying the most, and I think some readers are going to find it witty, you know, sarcastic, witty, and all that. But for me, some of it was just... See, I'm laughing because of the foolishness in some of this, you know, and she was just doing too much in some of it. But I get it. I do get the whole of how to tell a story like this in a way that the reader can focus differently, because this is gonna ruffle a couple of people because of the topics that she talk about. Because she talk about things that really no one talks about, you know, in terms of if you are a pro life person, and then knowing that the child could come out with deformity, or they come out with things that the child's not going to survive anyway. You know, it's a birth of a child that is doomed from the get-go, and yet still you want the person to go through that kind of grief for months, like slowly watching someone die for months, that kind of deal. I thought that was an interesting thing, because I think a lot of pro-life people don't think of that part because they're not going through it. And so it's just things that it makes you think about. So she got her point through in the book. I just think some of the delivery was just I'm laughing again. That's how much when I think about some of the little punchline in this, where I'm like... Anyway, I'm not sure why this is on the list. Honestly, I would have chose easily second place. I would have choose Chinatown over this. Period. I get it's the creativity was to push a limit on certain things, but no, this is definitely not better than those other two books. Absolutely not. But it's my opinion. It might be a whole lot of people love this. The judges may be raving about this more than I don't see it as better than those other two books. I don't, especially second place. If you think of that whole finding yourself and dealing with, no, this is not better than that. So no. So that's where I'm at. I have Circle. I don't have my phone, so And the other books, I do have one more book and the other two books. So now I'm what, halfway? So I read 3. The Promise, out of all these, the 3 is still winning. I do have one more book, the big one, Circle Something. I can't, it's somewhere. That I'm going to start. That's a chunky book. It's like 600 something. And then I have Bewildered, that's supposed to come next week. And I don't know when I'm getting the other one. The Fortune Man, the Fortune, I think that's the name of the other one. I don't know when that's going to get to me because that's coming from the UK and where shipping is these days. It should get here before the the winner is announced, I hope. But I'm going to keep going. I'm just curious to see what it, I mean, so far these 3 have similar theme. So if all 6 books have similar theme, these judges needs to stop it. Stop it. So, but so far of the 3, they have similar theme. Yeah. So anyway, I will end this here, and thanks for watching, guys. And I missed this setup. I actually missed the setup, but this is usually my fall setup. I don't do this too much when it's nice outside, but I missed the setup. So anyway, thanks for watching and have a good day.